everybody. I still need to take the time to do the microphone research. So if anybody has a decent microphone to recommend to me that is a wireless that I can use with my camera that isn't too crazy, let me know. And if not, I'll just break down and get the road. But I don't like to film in my car, so this is just because I am wanting to let everybody know happy Friday, and I'm glad to see that our friend Sarasota Tim has paid off his car loan or figured out the mystery of whatever was going on with his lien. If he is professing that he is such an expert in finances, then you would hope that they would assume and check for making sure that paperwork had come in, but Tim is somewhat nomadic in his lifestyle, so who knows where he puts his address of where he receives things and whether or not he just even went to think about it. I don't know if he just suddenly decided he was going to put the Honda up for sale just to see what bites he would get. I have no idea. I'm not Tim. I'm not in Tim's mind. I look and see his behaviors and can tell that when you're telling more embellished stories, it's because you're trying to hopefully gain something from the people listening to the story, and obviously it's confidence, or you're trying to cover your tracks, something of that nature. And so it's fascinating to see how he's trying to kind of, walk through the situation. I think it has shown that he's not very competent with it's very sunny today, competent with his financial management, which is one of the things that is supposed to be the hallmark of who he is. When he joked about having plenty of money, I don't necessarily think he was joking or not. It potentially has come from his YouTube. I have said that he has made a lot of money from the channel in the past, and people have told me that that can't be possible. And I think that if he had that type of money, then it's probably a combination of what he's gained from his YouTube channel through AdSense. When he had the big videos, they would have made him a lot of money. Just to give you a heads up, guys. The loans that he took out from the government, that was a substantial amount of money, almost equaling up to the price of those two vehicles. So there is a potential of the combination that he is kind of, moving that money that he had initially, because he said he used it to pay off debt, and I'm sure he's used some of it along with these assets. It is possible that he had that money sitting in a CD and that he just put the ad out, just said title in hand, wasn't thinking much about it, and it caught him, came back to bite him a little bit and showed that he's not keeping a good eye on what he's trying to manage. Now, I'm surprised that I'm keeping an eye on anything in my life at this moment in time, and I am going to give heads up, everything is okay over here. And when I mentioned that I'm going to go kind of dry, I haven't really watched this stuff. This is just what I'm picking up from transcripts and from hearing from other people. I heard he's been talking about other creators, and it's just not appropriate. And we're not surprised, because he likes to have a sense that he is the king of YouTube, in my opinion, and that if he is speaking about something, or if it's his content, then it's, it's so precious that everybody's stealing from his content. No, what it is when you have people who are scammers, in my opinion, there are plenty of people who call out scammers. Tim is just another one of those. So his begging for people to pitch in, for gas, and sitting there with his sad eyes around the campfire is just, and having probably elderly people send him $100 for a pair of shoes, in my opinion, is no different from a fraudulent prosperity minister asking for seed donations from his flock that are probably in a lot more difficult financial circumstances and situations than the person asking, dry begging, in my opinion, for the money. And so I think it's something, that he has found, he probably, used and has been somebody getting the most out of people's whole life, and he wants to keep what's his. And he said he had plenty of money. He wasn't lying about that, Paul, I guess, which is fine, good. I personally, if I'd had that much money, would never have invested it into liabilities. I just would not have. I personally, because they're liabilities. It doesn't matter if they're paid off. They're never really going to be assets because they don't appreciate. They depreciate. So in reality, even though, yeah, it's technically it can be seen as an asset on a spreadsheet, they're not the same type of financial investment tool, say, as purchasing a home. So I really would never take financial advice. And I'm not shocked if that's kind of how he thinks people make money, because if he grew up around, you know, car dealerships, car salesmen, I'm sure that's how they sell that, and he listened to that and heard that. So I'm very much aware that could be happening. And so I think some of his credibility has been lost, but there will be always those sycophants who don't care. It's like you have cult leaders, if you may, and they can do no wrong, and they get people to lose every part of themselves, their dignity, their finances, their livelihoods, to follow this particular person. And these people ask for complete adoration. And so when Tim is sanitizing his comments, or unhappy if anybody is not, you know, fully on board with one of his opinions, or actually gives him any type of constructive criticism, and then blocks them in the comment section. I never got blocked by Tim. I left one comment in Tim's videos in my life, and he left that one up because he knew who he was, and he'd rather have his audience come after me. But yeah, so it's interesting. So I am going to be probably not even seeing what he's up to for the next month. I am going to, I've got a horrible sun back here, everybody. I apologize. It's winter time here in Virginia, and I'm about to roll this up and wrap this up because I'm about to head to work. So yeah, we have a winter storm coming in. It keeps telling me I need to be prepared, and I have no food in my house. So obviously I'm not prepared for anything, because that is why I'm going to be disappearing. I have got to buckle down and concentrate on this particular class that I'm in at the moment. I've spent a little bit, even too much time, even though it doesn't seem like a lot of time to people who would look at my content. It's still been too much effort, when in reality, every waking minute that I have out of my work is going to be really about school. I've kind of come to the realization I've really got to focus on it. I do not want to be late. I've got a midterm that I need to take this Tuesday. I've got, you know, friends reaching out to me, hey, what's going on? I haven't seen you, let's get up. And I'm literally having to turn people down with social plans, because between work, trying to just maintain my home and myself, and then trying to get everything completed for my graduate studies, and obviously take care of Junebug and all of this too, because she has requirements, especially since we live in a condo, for having long walks in the day when I get home from work. And a lot of times the last couple of days of my job have been very intense, and I was already on a sleep deficit when I started this week with working on a project for school that I should have given a little bit more attention to. And that's where I'm sort of like, you know, I need to not give attention to the channel as much as I love my community. And everything is fine on my end. I'm just going to let everybody know. Everything is okay on my end. Nobody should be stressing about anything, and nobody should be stressing about this particular person's malicious behaviors, because everything is fine. I'm just going to leave it there at the moment. So, and obviously I'm somebody who's very methodical and judicious in my actions, and would never just say something without really understanding what I am saying and what I am trying to, no, I'm losing my track of my words, trying to, you know, I let's just put it this way. I'm very, I take my time. I take time to make my decisions, and so I'm not going to jump to an action. So sorry, I'm concentrating. But anyway, I gotta roll, guys. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. So I'm going to upload this video. It's probably going to take 2 hours to upload because it always does when it's 2010 DPI, and I haven't figured out another way to upload it. So yeah, I'm going to get this uploaded. I wish everybody the best. If anybody is getting affected by the wintry weather, I hope everybody will stay safe and that nobody loses power. Oh my goodness, these people. I tell you, I'm driving along. I've got people just rolling their huge trucks out of their driveways. Okay, guys. I need to get to my my job. My day is very busy. Like I said last night, I mean, I get up at 5:30 in the morning. I get to work by generally about 8 a.m. I am at work all day till after 4. I do not stop for 8 hours. And when I say I do not stop, I do not stop. Even when I am sat down, what looks like probably a break from somebody because I'm actually taking a bite of something to eat, I'm actually doing my charting at that time. So there, and even in the car, if we're transporting my patient around, I am taking a computer and charting. So there's not a minute that I stop in the 8 hours, and then I drive home. It's quite a distance. I'm usually having to run an errand. I got to get the dog out. It's dinner, and then it's studying all night. So everything is having to get done that way. All right, guys. I hope everybody is doing well. And I'll keep, I don't know how much I'm not even going to keep an eye on what's going on because I literally have to watch videos about neurotransmitters, which are far more important to me at this time than whatever nonsense Tim is up to. Okay, guys, we'll catch you probably in the next few weeks. I'll be releasing a video probably for one of my brand deals that I have not even had time to edit. I filmed it, just haven't edited it. All right, guys, I really got to go. Talk to you later.